Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago to our News 4 report, a product of the Government Information Services Limited and the Ministry of Communications. I'm Nicola Barito. Let's take a look at the headlines. Continuous assessment component within primary school curriculum described as a success. The First Citizen Cup semi-finals are set. And the Defence Force hosts the 51st Commander-in-Chief Armed Forces Parade. Thank you for joining us to our top story. The Ministry of Education is describing the implementation of the Continuous Assessment Component, CAC, within the primary school curriculum a success. Ministry officials highlighted further changes and explained how they are seeing this improve the skills component among students.
Changes to the final assessment for Standard 5 students sitting the Secondary Entrance Assessment SEA will see the Continuous Assessment Component CAC contribute 40% to the final score. The announcement was made by the curriculum coordinator at the Ministry of Education, Marla Morton-Gittins, who described this year's CAC playing a major role in this year's SEA result.
There was a significant increase in the percentage of students scoring above 60%, and that figure jumped to 54.7% of our students in 2013 scoring above 60%. We are also encouraged because the number of students who scored below 30% decreased, and that's exactly what we want.
The revised primary school curriculum for students in Standard 4 during this education year, 2013 to 2014, will be assessed in music, agricultural science, visual arts, physical education and ELA writing. She says the changes look at English language arts and mathematics contributing 60% of the final score and will come into effect during the education year 2014-2015.
For the next 2 years, we are also implementing at the Standard 4 level. So we have implementation happening at 2 levels, Standard 5, which I just mentioned, and Standard 4. So for the next 2 years, 2013 to 2015, SEA placement will be based on scores from Standard 4, which is currently Standard 4, and from scores from Standard 5 when the 4s moved to Standard 5 in 2014-2015. The final assessment in language arts and mathematics will then contribute 60% of the final score, while the CAC will contribute 40%.
These changes are set to incorporate assessment in new teaching areas that are aimed at building students for a new world. Curriculum coordinator Ingrid Kemchan explained the changes as developing key skills among students.
We have brought together in one very comprehensive package curriculum documents in 9 subject areas. These are English language arts, mathematics, agricultural science, physical education, science, social studies, values, character, and citizenship education, and you'll see the relationship with the CAC via that, visual and performing arts, and a Spanish language exploration program.
Chief Education Officer at the Ministry, Haralal Sicharan, says the changes also consider special needs children and those with learning disabilities.
The issue of special needs and students with maybe challenges to learning, it's a little bit different in that it's not in relation to learning styles, but it may be in relation to some specific challenge that is, a child might be dyslexic, for example. If that is not picked up, the child will not benefit. And therefore, in the case of our special needs persons in these schools, they will assist to identify that and come up with strategies. One of the things that we are looking towards rolling out is individualized education plans for these students. So where there are specific challenges, these will be taken on board, and therefore we can help these children better.
This new curriculum has already begun implementation in Infants 1, 2 and Standard 1 from September this year. It's expected that students in above standards will be phased into the curriculum changes as they progress in the primary school system. Kimberam Kalawan, News 4.
The most secure job of the future is the one you create for yourself, so says Senator the Honorable Fazal Karim, Minister of Tertiary Education and Skills Training. He was speaking at the National Energy Skills Center, NESC, in Couva.
Minister Karim delivered the feature address at the NESC training orientation, welcoming 1,568 new trainees into the program, including 19 cadets of the military-led youth program of apprenticeship and reorientation training, MyPart.
It's a first day of your new beginning, but it's a first day of your new opportunity. Today you will meet new friends. Today you will see new faces of your teachers, tutors, facilitators. Today you will be in your respective new centers.
Those enrolled will be trained at institutions throughout the country. These new campuses are created to ensure that education is within arm's reach of all citizens of Trinidad and Tobago and that no one will be left behind.
What we are doing here today is ensuring that those persons who may not have had the requisite academic qualifications also, like you, have an opportunity in the technical and vocational area. This world and schools and societies and economies will never ever be able to be built only on academia. We have the examples of tutors right before us here.
The trainees have chosen this noble institution, which will help change their lives and create a future for them. At the NESC, the new students will be joining a select group of trainees and instructing staff who yearn for academic excellence and who thrive for being a part of the most recognized training and vocational institution in Trinidad.
Within your school term, you will witness the opening of our 10th and 11th campus in this school term. One in Palo Seco, and our high-tech Woodford Lodge automotive, heavy equipment, and ICT centers.
Minister Karim noted that in September, many schools in Trinidad and Tobago did not open in time for the new semester. The minister then made a request to the Minister of Education, Dr. the Honorable Tim Gopi Singh, as well as the NESC chairman, Mr. Firoz Khan, and the board. He urged the students to take advantage of all the institutions of training under the Ministry of Skills Training and adds by doing this, they can assist primary schools, secondary schools, or early childhood care centers in the NESC areas of training, such as light work, electrical, carpentry, or plumbing. Nikolai Edwards, News 4.
Fishermen in Central Trinidad are passionate about the fishing industry and creating a fishing hub in the area. At a recent fishing tournament awards ceremony, the fishermen received some good news regarding a major project which is set to begin soon.
Citizens across Trinidad and Tobago are showing greater interest in the fishing sector and all its various aspects. On Saturday, the Felicity Charleville Fishing Association hosted a special award function at the Pier Road Recreation Ground in Charleville. The function was held to distribute prizes to the fishermen who participated in the association's annual fishing tournament, which was held on September 22nd at the Canoopia River, Kakandi Road, Felicity. The competition, in its second year, saw participation from 60 boats, and President of the association, Dave Bacon, hopes to see even greater participation in its third year.
My intention is to make Felicity and also Charleville a tourism destination and also a hub so that people all over this country would be coming to Felicity and Charleville to participate in all different activities and to take part in the type of food, especially fish, to be highlighted and to be taken home.
Mr. Bacon spoke of the proposed fishing depot and the many amenities and attractions that would assist in making the area a fishing hub. Meanwhile, His Worship the Mayor of Chaguanas said the Minister of Planning and Sustainable Development, Senator the Honorable Mohidra Datuari, shared a similar plan as that of the fishermen in developing the area as a tourism site. The mayor also revealed plans that the borough and the Ministry of Local Government were pursuing regarding the cremation site where a number of fishing activities take place.
The cremation site is going to be moved across the river. The bridge has been identified to cross the river. Is the bridge from the old Caroni main road, that big Bailey bridge that you see there. The bridge has been identified, and right now the budget for actually moving the cremation site across the river is being prepared. So very soon, that whole area will be redeveloped into a real attraction. As the chairman mentioned, we're fishermen. We thank you very much for not burning tires and blocking road and so on. You behave as good corporate citizens of Felicity. You remain your weight, and now things are about to happen. We thank you again for that patience, and we do hope that the Ministry of Agriculture Food Production will start very soon to satisfy the needs of the fishermen and also those who live in Felicity.
Senator the Honorable Devan Maharaj noted that within last year, under his stewardship, the fishing sector has seen increased activity and is now more than ever very promising.
Only a couple of weeks ago, I opened the tilapia fingerling project at Bamboo opposite Nestle. As you know, for the last decade, that site was overrun with bush and abandoned, and alligators and crocodile used to be the residents there. But now we are rehabilitating that to try and encourage people to get back into the tilapia farming. Additionally, the SIDC is now bringing down tilapia feed and offering it at cost price to tilapia farms. So again, as an impetus to try and stimulate the tilapia sector.
The Honourable Minister also spoke of the long-awaited legislation that would significantly boost the fishing industry.
This year, we hope also to finally bring back to Parliament a revised Fisheries Act. The last time the Fisheries Act was addressed was over 100 years ago, in 1916 or so. And since then to now, a lot has changed. So we hope that within a short space of time, we'll see a lot more happening in the fisheries sector, including the projects already identified in this area.
There were many winners this year, and the competition attracted several major sponsors, including the Fisheries Division of the Ministry of Food Production and the Seafood Industry Development Company. Nikolai Edwards, News 4.
When we come back, our sport report. Stay with us. Pro League football features in our sportscast. Defending champion Caledonia AIA was booted out of the 2013 First Citizens Cup as quarter-final action concluded on Monday night. The men from Morval Laventille met arch-rivals Defence Force at the Marvin Lee Stadium and could not get the ball into the back of the net. Wayne Cunningham was at Makoya and he has the highlights.
Central FC booked its place in the semi-final of the First Citizens Cup last Friday with a win over Northeast Stars. They will face W Connection in the Final Four after the Savanetta boys ventured to the borough of Point Fortin and defeated the home team at the famed Mahaika Oval. That encounter was decided by kicks from the penalty mark following a 0-0 regulation time score. The early miss by W Connection captain Silvio Span sent the Mahaika crowd into a frenzy. But in the end, the six-time champions prevailed to advance to Friday's semis. The other semi-final spots were decided on Monday night, with San Juan Jabote facing St. Anne's Rangers in the first match of a doubleheader at the Marvin Lee Stadium in Makoya. Jabote took a 1-0 lead into the dressing room at half-time, and Rangers tried desperately to erase that deficit, but instead, the St. Anne's squad conceded a penalty in the 70th minute. Which was neatly dispatched by former national striker Kerry Batiste. Rangers, to their credit, were always looking to pull something back and finally got a breakthrough late in the match, as Jamal Spencer was forced to put the ball past his own keeper in added on time to make it 2-1. But that was too late, because 2 minutes later, the blast from the whistle of referee Jassy McDonald signaled the end of the match, the result sending San Juan Jabloteh into the semis. In Game 2 at the Marvin Lee, defending First Citizens champions Caledonia AIA met the Defence Force for the right to face Jabloteh. And the Mover Laventil men got some early chances as the military failed to settle. Despite some goal-mouth action, no one scored in the first half. Nine minutes into the second period, Marvin Jones would send the defending champions packing with the only goal of the match. The first Citizens Cup semi-finals are now set, with W Connection versus Central and the Defence Force versus San Juan Jabloteh on Friday at the Atto Boland Stadium in Couva. Wayne Cunningham, News 4 Sports.
Thank you very much, Wayne. When we come back, the 51st Commander-in-Chief Parade. Stay with us. There is a suggestion that the national awards be distributed on Republic Day. The suggestion comes as the Trinidad and Tobago Defence Force hosts its 51st Commander-in-Chief Parade under the patronage of the President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, His Excellency Anthony Carmona.
FPC-1, this is Coast Guard Control, over.
Coast Guard Control, FPC-1, send over.
Contact of interest sighted 12 miles south of Gaspar Grande. Proceed to location now, over.
This is FPC-1, deploying now.